Hi guys, I decided to film my throughout the years for my 4th grade year video right now. So let's see, I know I told you guys in my throughout the years 3rd grade video that 4th grade was a very interesting year and there was a lot to tell. And that is true. There is definitely a lot to tell. So here's hoping that I remember it all, because in every video that I make, I'm looking over to see if my cat's still there because she's really cute, so maybe if she's still there at the end I'll show her to you guys, since that's what I was just about to say. In every video that I make a mental note before I start filming that I'm going to tell you guys something specific. And I would say like 6 or 7 times out of 10, I totally space on telling that thing. And I'm just too lazy to go back and do it later, so I either like put it in the description or I just disregard it and let it go because I did tell you so many other things. But to get to the point of the video, the year I was in 4th grade, I can't say the name of the teacher, but we had 2 teachers with the same name at that school, and mine had a reputation for being the meanest one. She was the hardest 4th grade teacher. She was very harsh, and she had very high expectations because by 4th grade, you know, you're supposed to be pretty competent. And like I said before, I've always tested high on those standardized tests. I've always done really well when I've been tested, like, on the spot, but anything where you had to study or turn something in or, like, do an assignment, I just couldn't get behind that for some reason in school. It just wasn't working for me. And in 4th grade, my teacher was very strange. 4th grade was the year that I started biting my nails, which I don't do anymore at all, and that's, you know, I just trimmed them really short very recently, but they grow really fast, so anyway, I started biting my nails in 4th grade. My vision deteriorated to the point where I needed glasses in 4th grade. My teacher called my mother and said I wasn't turning in any of my homework, and I think I must have said something along the lines of, she never assigned any homework that I heard of. And the teacher said, well, I write it on the chalkboard. The chalkboard looked blank to me. I couldn't read it at all. So I ended up getting glasses, and I hated them, and I didn't want to wear them, like, whatsoever. And my mother would pester me all the time to make sure, and she'd, like, check my backpack to make sure I had my glasses in there, and I wouldn't put them on, and then my teachers would force me to. And another thing about that, about the fact that I couldn't see the chalkboard, you see, the teacher refused to move me to the front of the room. There were 3 of us in the class that were left-handed, myself and 2 boys. And because left-handed people's elbows get in the way of right-handed people, the teacher sat all 3 left-handed children in the back of the class together in a row so that our elbows wouldn't bump into any of the right-handed children while they were doing their work and disturb them. And I didn't mind the people that I sat next to. Those 2 left-handed boys in my class were 2 of the nicest boys in the class, and 2 of the ones that I'm not in very close contact with anybody from 4th grade, to be honest, but of the 25, 30, whatever kids in the class, they are 2 that are accessible to me in my life, and that I do, like, kind of know where they are. So one of them, it was really sad actually, he broke his leg really badly and had a cast where it, like, didn't bend and it went all the way up his leg, and he couldn't sit in the back of the room in that spot because there just wasn't a way to, like, position him properly to be comfortable. And she still made him sit in the back of the class. She put him, like, on a little side desk by himself, but you'd think she'd just make, like, there was no door in the back of the class, it was at the front of the class. You'd think she would have just let him sit up front while his leg was healing, but even then, no. And then me, with my glasses, I couldn't see the stupid chalkboard, and she has me in the back of the class, and she never wavered on that. She refused to let me sit anywhere else. And, you know, suffice to say, I couldn't stand her. I was getting very, very heavy. I gained a lot of weight in 4th grade. That was when I went from just chubby to, like, a very overweight little girl. Like I said, from 3rd grade, I wanted desperately to fit in. I was hoping that 4th grade would be better. I had a sleepover party in 4th grade, and some girls from my class came, and it was a fun party, and I really, really, really liked the girls, but I'm not in close contact with any of them now, and one of them had been my best friend from, like, preschool, and even she and I aren't really close now, but I miss her. I think of her sometimes. But that was kind of fun. At least, you know, I got a party that year. I don't know if I mentioned maybe I didn't. I know it was in 3rd grade. I should have told you guys to see. This is a perfect example of what I was talking about. When I was in 3rd grade, I was supposed to have a birthday party at the bowling alley down the street from my house, and I was so excited. And I had had chicken pox a couple weeks prior, and I got better. And the day before my birthday, my sisters woke up with chicken pox, so I had to have my birthday party canceled. But, you know, my sisters were sick, and in retrospect, I don't mind that much, but at the time, it really, really sucked. So that's another thing. That was from 3rd grade. My 4th grade year, I did have this sleepover party. We watched movies, we made s'mores in the microwave, we did all sorts of stuff. It was pretty cool. Let's see, what else about 4th grade? See, this is the thing. Like I said, I had all these things prepared to tell you. The teacher with the left-handed weirdness. And then the teaching assistant, she was also weird about left-handedness. She kept trying to have me, like, turn my hand like this. Like, I write like this, and it smudges and gets ink on my hand here when I'm writing. But I don't really mind that much. You know, it's the way I write. And she always wanted us to, like, turn our hand around and, like, I don't know, just, like, have the pen, like, I know left-handed people do that a lot. I've seen a lot of my friends do that, but I just can't, and honestly, I think I have really nice handwriting for being left-handed. So comment below if you're left-handed and tell me if you have nice handwriting or not. I'm interested. I'm curious about that. In 4th grade, we had to write an essay about if you had the very last pencil in the world, what would you do with it? And this was back before, like, iPads and tablets, and, you know, there were computers, of course, but the concept to me implied you have the very last writing utensil on the face of the earth. And what I said I would do with the very last pencil was write the best story in the world with it and let it get used up, because then there will be something of beauty that came from it. And other kids, you know, would, like, put it in a museum or, like, dip it in gold. And I remember not getting a very good grade on that, but I thought it was a good answer. So why don't you guys comment below about that too? If you had the very last writing implement in the world, what would you do with it? How would you use it? Would you use it? I'm very curious. I think that'd be interesting. And also in 4th grade, it's the year that at least in the school district I was in, you have to make a model of a mission and do a report on a mission. Now, California has a lot of missions, of course. That, you know, is where, I guess, I'm Jewish, so I don't really know how it works. Some sect of Christianity built these missions as places to let the Native Americans and people of Mexico and that were living here learn the ways of God, I guess. I don't know, I'm trying to think of a way to phrase without, like, offending anybody. To each their own, I guess. I don't really think that's the way to do it, but I'm not trying to speak out against anybody or offend anybody, so I'll just leave it at that. And that's not even the greatest explanation. Clearly I didn't get a very good grade because I didn't turn in a very good report, and if I did turn in a report, my mother probably helped me write it. My father built the mission. Like I said, we had to build a model of these buildings, and I picked one that had a pretty name. I can't even remember which one now. San Carlos something, I think. And I remember my parents saying that I should have picked one that was closer, because then we could have gone to visit it, even though my mother, well, anyway, never mind. She didn't particularly want to go to a mission anyway, I guess is the point, but so my dad built it, and I wasn't allowed to help. He was really, really, really proud of it, and took a lot of pictures of it, and spent a lot of time making it, and it looked really cool, but it was, like, probably totally obvious that I didn't make it at all. And that's another thing about 3rd grade that I just remembered. We had to do a science project. My dad built me one of those volcanoes where you pour the baking soda and the vinegar in and it explodes. I wasn't very good at school work. I had discipline issues with focusing and stuff. Anyway, like I said, I wish I had thought of these things when I was telling the 3rd grade story, but if you watch that one, you'll probably be watching this one too, so you'll get the bits you missed. And then what else for 4th grade? I started doing this thing with my hair where I would take, like, a hard plastic headband and pull it back and then, like, push it forward so there was, like, a poof. Like, not like a little rockabilly poof or whatever, not like a Snooki poof, but like an across, like a fringy rainbow poof. I can't believe I did that. And then my glasses were like this big. I should really be digging out pictures of myself for each year that I'm doing these videos for, but at some point I'll think of it. It's late at night and I'm kind of tired. My eyes are really bloodshot too. I'm sure you can tell. I'm like should be beyond exhausted because of my new sleep schedule, but I'm so overly caffeinated that I could do this all night. I could just keep talking and talking and talking. So, till the batteries on the camera run out, I might. Fourth grade, bad hair, need to show you guys pictures. Let's see, what else is there? What else happened in fourth grade? I don't remember too much else being particularly remarkable about my fourth grade year. I don't think there's anything else to tell, really. I guess I'll go then, guys, because I can't just sit here blinking at you and thinking and, you know, dead air and whatever, and my computer's humming in the background anyway. I've got today's vlog up, well, not even uploading yet. I'm, you know, kind of like smushing, compressing all the different pieces of footage that I took today together first, and then I'll upload the video. And that's about it. Thoughts and stuff, and I could just keep going, but I'm gonna turn the camera off now. So this was my fourth grade year, the year I turned 9 years old, the year I got glasses, the year I started biting my nails, and all that other stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Oh, and the teacher, particularly mean teacher, let me tell you this now before I totally forget, even though I'm halfway through a goodbye. So years and years later, after I moved back from Israel, I was hanging out with one of my friends that I'd gone to preschool with and that was in this teacher's class with me, and she told me that the teacher had had a stroke. And my first instinct, and this is probably not very compassionate, but my first instinct was to say, did she pass away? And my friend told me, no, she didn't pass, but every single person I've told this story to has asked the exact same thing. So I'm not sure whether she's still in this world with us or not, but fourth grade teacher of mine, you were quite mean, and you did not make my life easy. Final thought too, I remember on Valentine's Day, I wrote her this letter on a, like, Dear Teacher, Happy Valentine card, because we all did to, like, you know, go around the room and you put Valentines in everyone's little bags, and of course I never got as many as everybody else, because it was just a total popularity contest, and, you know, like I said, I wasn't particularly well liked, but I remember writing her this whole thing about, you know, Dear Teacher, I always respected you, and I always wanted to learn from you, and you knew so much, and I just really wanted you to like me, and you seemed to despise me, and I wish I knew why. But then I remember at the very last second, I just wasn't able to bring myself to stick it in there, and so I never gave it to her. And I kind of wonder what would have happened if I would have done that. Would she have mellowed? Who knows? But I was halfway through a goodbye. So here's the other half. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.